put the payer ID, the payer identification number of your agency. That's what we have. For those of us that are new, that don't have a password yet, I expect you to enter your payer ID, enter your password, which is new to you now, then your email address. The email address you have to enter here is email address that comes with your payer identification number, not something different. Maybe that's if you know the particulars you use to create your payer ID, then they come in handy here. The payer identification number that I will assume will be correct. The password is new now. Then the email address is the one that they use in creating that payer identification number. If it's not that way, it's not going to go. Then for those of us that have been using it, then you have to put in your agency code because you've given the privilege to work as an agency. Then you put in the payer ID of your agency. For those of us that are new, I expect you to click I am a new user. Have we done that? Yes. The new ones, I am a new user. Have you done it? And the other ones, you click on login. You click on login. Let me go on with the ones that are new users. Then you click I am a new user, it gives you a second page. And that second page says, put in your phone number, then okay, confirm your password, then type in your phone number. Have you done that? Have you done that?
Yes.
Say okay. The people that are still, just hold on. Have you done that?
Yes.
Okay. It will now tell you that your password, your security code has been generated. Yes. See what you have?
Yes.
Okay. Now click on login again. Click on login again. The people that are still on this, please hold on. Click on login again. Are you there?
Yes.
You have clicked on it.
Yes.
You have the result. Okay. So type in your password in your payer ID again. Type in your payer ID again. Type in your password and type in your email. Have you done that? How many people are doing it? Type in your payer ID, type in your password, and type in your email. Are we there? Please, if one person has achieved that, please let me know.
As agency?
No, we are not going on as individual first. As agency, let them hold on for a while so that we can go on at the same time. What is the issue? Who is assisting you? Please, someone should assist you. You can do it. Okay, you are the one assisting. Okay. You've done it. Okay. Are you there now? Have you typed in those criteria? Okay, I'm logging in as an agency. Okay, madam, how far?
We're almost done.
Why is it taking so much time? I should chill.
Steady.
I should chill a bit.
It's not steady.
Okay, slow and steady.
Now you don't do your.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why your whole operation will stop today, because what has happened is that you have logged on as an individual. You have logged on as an individual. At this stage, you will not be able to log on as an agency. So what we require from you is to tell the director in your agency to give us a list of administrators, maybe 2, who will create those people on the system. So those administrators will now have the power to create other users on the system. Am I right? So what you have now is an individual menu. On that individual menu, you should be able to assess yourself. You should be able to view reports about yourself. If you like now, you can try to see your remittance statements and see how much you have. paid to Lagos State government. Can you see remittance statement there? Can you see remittance statement there? A link on that box. Remittance statement. Can you see it? Okay, tell me the things you can see there. On that menu list, can you read down the things there? What do you have? Huh? Read it out now.
For individual.
Yes, for individual.
None of them are
It's
gotten.
329990.
They don't have it.
None of them has gotten through as
think there's
individuals. We only have agency, those who are already using the
But these people have just they're just logging on for the first time.
Yeah, she's back on the same page with you now.
She's on the
She
same
needs the
page.
service code for our agency, and our agency is LIRS.
She's asking you to bring service code. That means you've logged on before. That means you have logged on before. Okay. Okay. Let's get back. Now, as an agency, this is what you're supposed to do. Now, if you do this, I expect you to click login. So click on login. If you click on login, you are going to get a result. This is what I was expecting you to get as an individual. I wanted you to get the individual menu. What you have here is the agency menu. This allows you to carry out your operations for your agency. Is anybody on this? You have this. Okay, fine. So the main assignment is done here. All the things you need to do for your agency, printing of manifests. You say, look, I want to see the manifest. This is it. For the gentleman from the cabinet office, this is why you log on and tell the governor this is how much has accrued to Lagos State government today, authoritatively. So, this is how much, this is why you come in to find out how much First Bank or any other bank whatsoever has collected today or till date. So everything you need, all the equipment, all the resources you need to move on, to do your job, to do your assignments, they are all here. I don't know if that is clear. This is why you come in. So let me take a little bit of your time to go through the links that you have there, to familiarize yourselves with it, so that when you get back to your office, you can determine the one that will be useful to you. Now, the first thing I have here is amend notification approval. This does not concern you, so you leave it. It has nothing to do with your operation. The second thing I have here is check company payee details. There is this company, whatever name it goes by, and you want to know what they have committed to government as payee. This is for LIRS. You want to know what Dangote, I think that's their only name. You want to know how much they have paid, as tax, as per payee. This is why you call, and you get that information. The other one you have here is collection for agency, all revenue, all the revenue that your agency collects. The agency collects 1, 2, 3, 4 revenue. Summed together, how much have they collected? This is where you get that information. Collection for agency by banks. Yes, there are 18 banks collecting revenue for Lagos State government. But how much has First Bank collected for Lagos State government? This is where you get that information. Collection for agency by revenue type. Land use charge, how much has accrued Lagos State government via land use charge, via survey fees, via anything that you are collecting or that is collectible. This is where you get that information. Somebody, ETCC, confirm ETCC payment details. Somebody has been given, somebody has paid his tax. In terms of tax payments, there are supposed to be an assessment, which is tax payable, and there's supposed to be actual, which is what he has. This tax he has paid, is it commensurate with the assessment? If it is not, confirm. If it is, confirm. LIRS has to do this assignment. Till date, they have not done it. Till date, they have not done it. My colleague will be here to show us how we can do that. It's a question of clicking yes or no. And if you click that yes or no, it will reflect on the receipts. The next receipt I will get, because on that receipt I will know the last time I paid the tax. And if you don't do your own assignment, it will not show them. So it is very, very critical that you do that. And it is also very essential for other services that go on to the general public and all of that. Then, the next one I have there is create delete agency user account. This is for the administrators. The ones who are saying, please give us a list of administrators, we create them, they can now give privilege to others that will do that. She said create delete agency user account. If they have transferred you from one agency to the other, that means that you're no longer relevant for this agency. They should be able to delete your account in this while they create it elsewhere. That will enable you to do that. Say CTCC card details. The companies get a corporate tax clearance certificate for tax payments. If you want to find the details, this is the link to enable you to do that. Enter account transaction, very, very important. You want to know what has happened in the system. Simply click on it and fill the form that comes, and you see all the payments that you are looking for. They are all there. ePay application download, I will leave that aside. ETCC report form confirmation, I'll leave it. IGR collection trend, very, very important. This talks about the lows and highs of collections. How much was collected last week? How much have collected this week? Is it going up? Is it going down? That is the trend. The trend analysis of collections, of IGR collections for Lagos State government. You use that to achieve that. Now, land use charge transactions, for those of us from Ministry of Finance, we get that. Non-remitting, okay, I will leave these ones aside. I'll leave these ones. I'll leave these ones. I'll leave these ones. I'll leave these ones. I'll leave this. Okay, for the those of us that are from Lagos Internal Revenue Service, for your mini markets, those mini tax stations, they are using the prepayment collection system. That is what they are using. If you want to know how much they have collected in those areas, these are the links that will take you to them. Then reversal notification approval, this is more or less administrative. Then search and create PIU. Yes, because the system is also a system for enumeration. You use it for enumeration. Now, if you know of a company or an individual that you don't think has paid tax forever, they have never paid, that means they don't have a pay identification number, they are not even known to Lagos State government. All you need to do is come to this system, search for the name of that individual, or search for the name of that company. And when you have found it, that means that they are paying. That's okay. If you don't find it, you create them. You add them to Lagos State government database. That way you have enumerated them. So you see that all of us have the responsibility to enumerate taxpayers for Lagos State. I know that in your streets there are some nursery and primary schools that are not known to the Lagos State government. Why don't you bring them to the system? I know that there are some individuals that bring out themselves to contest the local government chairmanship elections coming up maybe sometime in the future, and they have never paid taxes. Why don't you bring them to the database? By simply clicking this and completing the forms that will come up. That way, that's all you need to do. You don't need to leave your office, you can do it with your phone. I would have loved someone to do this with his phone, so that when you are driving along the road, when somebody is driving along the road, the boss will be able to do this. Yes. Huh? You don't need the company's consent. All you need to do is what this is the name of the company, this is the address of the company. Isn't it? Those are the information you need. This is name, address of the company. That's all you need. So they are there. It doesn't matter, it's not compulsory. By the time you write them a remittance letter, they will now bring their full details. All we are saying is let's have their basic information in the system so that somebody can monitor them along the line. So you don't need a regular or special information about anybody. If it's an individual, I know some of us, because our brothers want to contest with local government chairmanship, and you know that something will fall. You don't want to make them pay tax. then they will pay before they go in there. So why don't you begin now to reach them so that they can come into the system? Why don't you bring them into the system? So that's one big responsibility that all of us can carry out. Because I have a very limited time here, I will just do one assignment on this. Then you can determine the one that is useful to you. For those of us asking for manifest, this is how to print your manifest. The manifest will tell you, okay, give me a breakdown of all the collections for my agency. Is it not what to ask for? Manifest. What is the name of your agency? What is the value of your agency? Whatever. Sure. Do we do that one? Which one should we do? So make a choice. What should we do? We can't do it. We just do one. We shall do trend. Let's do trend. Trend analysis. Collection trend. Collection for agency. All revenue. Are you looking at what I'm doing? I should do that one. Okay. So all you need to do is to highlight what you want to do and click on display. If you click on display, this is what you are going to see. It gives you this form. It gives you this form for you to select the time period that you want to highlight. Now, my only advice here is that you break it down into smaller units. This is a live project. This is a live platform. I don't know. So let's take 4th. I don't know which one was weekend. Let's take 4th. For the end day, let's take what? 10. Between 4 and 10, there must be some days there, right? That is not a weekend. November, I mean, 2013. So you see, you can view these reports and you can download these reports. It depends on your choice. You can view the reports, you can download it. If you believe that, look, you should download this report so that you can go home and work on it, you download it and take it in your system. For those of us calling for manifest, there's no need for that because the manifest I'm going to give you will not be up to date. But here, it is up to date. So you can download it, put it in Excel, go and study it, reformat it, but don't alter it. Or you can view it only. So it depends on what you want. So let us try to view only. Let's try to view. So when I have done that, I'll simply say view. If I say view, this is what I have. I selected 4th to 10th November. You have to break your time periods because there's a lot of data. So that it don't take so much time for it to download. So that's what we need to see now. I just hope that we get it in time so that I can rush out of here. Your goal is to.
We cannot get it as an agency. As an agency.
I am in your shoes. I am the guy, the real thing. So what I am doing here, I am assuming that I am you. So I am doing it as an agency. Yes, I am doing it as an agency.
When you do it as an agency, it doesn't bring up. Refer you back to maybe record reset error.
Oh, that means that you have an error in the system. You have an error in the system, and that's a technical error. It's not. This is what's supposed to be. I came in here now as an agency, not as an individual, not as an entity. No magic. My hands are clean. There was no magic. And you can see that you have a report now. You have a report now. Now look at the report you have. Let us analyze the report you have. You have serial number, which is the number of transactions, number of the transactions you have. Then the transaction headings, the entry dates, the date the transaction was done. Then the transaction reference, which is a unique code to identify that particular transaction, to identify that particular payment. Revenue code name. I didn't highlight so much on this. Revenue code presents the revenue items that are paid for. Like you can pay for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in your agency. Each of those revenue items is coded, has a code. So the system repeats it again, and you can see it there. Then the check number, if the payment was made with check. The assessment reference, we have not been having this because Lagos Internal Revenue Service have not been giving people assessments. People voluntarily go to the bank to make their payments. They don't have assessments. But if things were done with proper invoicing and that of proper demand notice, the assessment has to be there, and the number has to be there, and that's what should have shown there. So anything you see here now, you discover that it's just what they have added there to let the transaction go. If LIRS, especially, and all the other MDAs, we are given proper assessments, and people will go with their bills to the bank to make the payment, that column will be filled. It's just like you want to make payments to NEPA. Can you pay to NEPA without the bill? And we are not supposed to pay to Lagos State government without a bill. So why are we not giving you bills? Or Cabinet Office? Yeah, people are talking to you. You will give me. You will give me. You will give me or you give us. Don't give me bill. Okay, so everybody is supposed to make payment to the bill, and when once that bill is here, the assessment reference will be the branch of the bank. The branch of the bank where the payment was made. The name of the payer is what you are seeing there. The name of the payer is what you are seeing there, the person that made that payment. Then the agency name, and the agency code. The agency code, because the agency is the agency of the government that you are paying to. They also have the code, and then the amount in naira. How much was paid? How much did that person pay to the government? You discover that everything is here. And then you can scroll down, and this is for just how many days? Just a few days. You can see how many or how much data you have here. You can see it runs and runs and runs. See, if you had made it 10 days, if you had made this 10 days, then you would have had an issue. The data would have been so much. So that is why you have to break them down in bits and pieces. Then at the end of the day, you can get to the end and find out what you need. This is what you need. This is your manifest. If you tell Alphabeta, please give me manifest, this is what they are going to do. And when they give it to you, they now stand before you as if they are kings. They are not. You should be the king yourself, and that means you should call the shots. And besides, what they will give you will not be up to date. But what you're going to get yourself will be up to date, because if you ask me, give me the instruction on Monday, I'll do it on Tuesday. So what you have is from the date I started till Tuesday. I'm getting you the report on Wednesday, or I'm getting you the report on Friday. What happened on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? You won't get it. So the report you have in that hard copy is not adequate for the operation. Okay. How many of us will be able to create our own manifest from now on? It's not asking Alphabeta to bring this. Have we resolved to be able to create our own manifest? This is the better thing to do. You can do this on your phone. It's easier, it's cheaper, it's smarter, it's neater, it's everything. Yes. Do you have any other thing that you want us to do on that page? Otherwise, I'm done. Any questions? In the absence of no questions, okay, have a question. Okay.
My name is Akomodari. This issue of matching PID, I don't know if
matching?
Yes. I don't know if you can have a platform or a page where we can make a request. Because most of them come from our tax stations, and we have been able to verify that they are paid into different PID.
Yeah.
Instead of just coming to a journal for like 2 weeks, it's not done yet. Can we make a request on the
online? I think there is already a request for PID match PID. Okay. There's already a request form. I don't know whether it is in the.
It's not active.
It's not active. Okay, we'll take that into consideration. But it can also assist us a little. It can also assist us a little. If you have a request for PID matches, you can send us a mail. In the brochures you have, especially the one that has fraud alert. you have all of those contacts, either by your PB, either by Skype or whatever. In fact, Skype is even much more veritable. Just type in those things and within 5 minutes you get all of them. Yes. There is a help desk, and that's the major function of the front door. So within 5 minutes, the address is there. It's in one of the documents you have there. So within 5 minutes of your request, you get it. So just contact us through the
request for PID, you just raise a point I just want to explain briefly. That you always have some revenue payers or taxpayers coming to complain of multiplication. Yes, this is really where we are all needed to tell the general public. Once they have done payment once, encourage them to go and check anything that is not properly done when they were doing it ignorantly at the first time. They should go and put their name full, no abbreviation, and where they're supposed to put surname, let it be surname. Even their title, let it be correct, instead of just paying anytime. And the banks don't have patience. When they go there, they do not explain to the bank, say, I know what I want, I know what I want to do. See my PID, please use my PID, don't just do anything. Because they go to bank 10 times a day, banks will put them, create ID for them 10 times. So, according to them, and for those things that happen to, it is not a crime. But in order to avoid loss of revenue, because people don't ordinarily go, most people go to get PID done at the bank, and they don't ordinarily go to bank unless they have money to pay. Our challenge is, like I said, Alpha Beta, we are technical partner to come in when you are having issue with what you have deployed, when you are using it or you need explanation to back you up. The fact that taxpayer comes to you that he has his PID has been duplicated, you cannot ordinarily call us and we quickly match. It sounds simple. Yes, it is easy to match. But what of the money the man pay in each of those PID? Alpha Beta, we don't have rights. Yeah, we are the administrator of the system, but we don't have privilege to quickly match that money. If we have privilege to do that, that can be fraud. For those things, why you say you have to wait for this, you keep reminding is that once you complain to us, we take it to Accountant General. Are you with me? I want us to get this clear. If you have multiple payer IDs, like I said earlier, you don't have PID. Ordinary taxpayer or revenue payer don't just have that PID. They must have gone to the bank for payments. And once you have money in all those things, it becomes difficult to match. There must be authorization from the Accountant General, the State Treasury Office. They must see all those money, they must be aware, because those things must have been reported as money made by the state under so and so revenue head. But this person now coming now, under revenue head paid by certain person. It is not that the person is changing that money is not for that thing, but you see that transaction, you need payer IDs there belonging to so and so. But when you are not saying that my name is Olufemi Ajibi, but that particular PID, the banker had written my name as IGBF, and another one that written Femi Ajibi. But I've now said, okay, my name is Olufemi Ajibi. They now want to move all those transactions to under Olufemi Ajibi. The state will have seen something must have happened. Somebody must have removed that money or moved that money to certain accounts. Do you understand? Yes, it may be written for particular tax or for other revenue, other land transaction or whatever. If tomorrow you do not see a GBF, the person that paid that 500,000, and there's another one, a GBA 200,000, you cannot find that name or that money again. You cannot, unless how many 500,000 is on the system, how many 200,000 on the system. You will have seen, this money is lost. Do you understand? So it is in that department, starting with government money, that can give us authorization when they have perfected their accounts. They now approve that request. That request that we say is available online. It is when we receive such, and we don't. And let me simply tell you the process. Once you cannot ordinarily raise it for individual, that individual must raise it, must apply. It might come through you. The bank too must be aware, because the banking person is here. The bank is here. That's the department of alphabet that handles things like that. The bank where those money is paid must be involved, because they be carried along. In their own database, 100 years to come, when they want to trace that money, they will trace it to the bank that collected that money. You know, the bank, if you do not carry them along when you are shutting down IGBF, moving into this, if they are not aware, they will not be able to say yes, so we collected the money from Mr. IGBF. Do you understand?
Yes.
I just want you to get that understanding, so that when people come to you to say they want to marry, and they say, this has not been done. You know, people that you yourself, we've taken it to alphabet, they've not done it to. I want you to just understand and appreciate the role that we can play, the limits we can go, and what it's not that it's not doable, but these are things that must be done. In the first instance, when we know we go through that trouble, let's encourage them to avoid it. But it's not a sin since it's been done, because if there's no awareness, people will keep doing it, and the challenge we have, imagine everything is this. The people affected must be carried out. Banks where those monies were paid must be carried out. Final approval must come from State Treasury Office and General before we can effect any change.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Another question, please.
Sir, these are pertaining to the margin. The company had 2 AI. Out of the 2 AI, one was used to produce ETCs for the staff. So, subsequently, they decided not to pay. They are paying on that PI, and now use another PI. The company now writes for margin. So after sometimes, like up to it takes up to 2 months before such issue match. So like, why is it taking time? Do you understand like that?
Yes, it now become more difficult. You know why I say why it's more difficult? The first PID for the company, let's take it as 11111 The second PID, let's say is 22222. Some employees of that company, when their PID was being created, and they must be recognized or they must be identified with the company. 50% identified with PID 111, another 50% with 222. Am I right? Yes. And the company had paid using 111, pay some other money with 2222. You can testify that if it's even individual, when it comes to tax administration, it's even easier than company. Well, I've said you in the case of individual, but for the company, LRS will be carrying along. But what we are saying is tax audits that you do is LRS. If they are not carried along, you see the bank will hide under some umbrella. We tell you that there are some other money they paid in the past. No. But all the stakeholders must be involved. And in our own case, once approval is secured, it doesn't take 2 seconds to do. But in that case, we will spend more than 2 seconds. We will spend minutes, because all the employees, if you want to retain PID 111, all the employees that data have been created for using 222, what do we do? They will become parentless. Because when we merge, those that we brought together, those that we've not knew, must be cleared off the system. The system will recognize them for future reference, but no one will be able to use those IDs. They will be kept, they will be blunt, they will be disabled. The system will see them for a future reference, but they will not be usable by anyone for any transaction. Are you with me? By the time we do that, it means system